So now, Intramuros is not just a historical site, but it's also a thriving cultural and tourism site. Hi, I'm Ria from the Tourism Promotions of Intramuros Administration. Summer Festival is our major summer event here in Intramuros. It's intended to be a celebration of the history, heritage, culture, and community here inside the walled city. So we wanted to be event that would cater to not only to our diverse visitors here in Intramuros, but also to our community within. The Intamore Summer Festival will be a day-long series of activities. There are different segments. We'll actually start with the medical mission in partnership with the University of Santo Tomas, and the intended beneficiaries of this medical as well as the dental mission would be the members of our community. So we actually have several interactive booths throughout the day. So one is the Baybayin tutorials, and then other interactive boards that we'll have during the day include tutorials on Filipino dances. So you can learn tinikling, pandango. We'll also have a now and then photo booth during the festival. We'll also have an exhibit of 19th century military uniforms as well as of Filipino board games like Dama and Songka. And then we'll also use the interactive booths area to help promote the ASEAN or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, with the Philippines being the country chair this year. And also to promote, on the part of the Intramuros administration, also to promote the nomination of Intramuros as Asia's leading tourist attraction in the World Travel Awards 2026. And there will also be an on-the-spot painting by artists from the Global Creators Festival as one of our partners. So baybayin is the pre-Spanish script of Filipino. So it was widely used during the 16th and 17th centuries prior to writing current Tagalog script that we know. So it's part of our heritage, it's part of our history. So we want more Filipinos to be aware of this traditional script. So the Philippine history puzzles, so it's gonna be a puzzle sorting challenge. So there's gonna be like a series of questions that will be asked, and then there will be a series of index cards that will be laid out there. So those participants will be able to correctly answer some questions about the Philippine history would be given prizes. So it's important also that as Filipinos, of course, and Intramuros being a historical site. So part of our mandate really is to promote Philippine history and our heritage. Mhm. So of course, in Intramuros, this is the monument to the Spanish period in our Philippine history. So it's actually a national historical landmark. It was a part of Manila. It's practically old Manila. So, well, even before the arrival of the Spanish, prior to 1571, it was already the settlement of old Manila by Raja Sulaiman. So, with the Spanish era, of course, so Intramuros became the seat of the Spanish colonial government then. And then it became the center of religion, education, and also commerce during that time. Unfortunately, it was, of course, destroyed during the World War II, but efforts to rebuild started with the establishment of the Intramuros administration in 1979 by virtue of Presidential Decree 1616. So now, Intramuros is not just a historical site, but it's also a thriving cultural and tourism site. So we also have a vibrant community here because we also have some residential communities here in Intramuros. So the Intramuros administration was established primarily to lead the restoration of Intramuros and of course its further development as a monument to the Spanish period of our Philippine history. So right now its primary mandate is to of course to manage the area within the walled city, including its the urban development or urban planning, community development, the conservation of the area, the protection of our heritage sites here. And of course, we also have the commercial part of our operations and of course, tourism promotions here, considering that we have tourist attractions. Yeah. So more than the Intramuros Summer Festival, we have regular events here in Intramuros. In fact, every weekend we have cultural shows. We have regular cultural shows. So we have Centro Entablado at Centro de Turismo Intramuros every Saturday 4 p.m. We also have our Dalawat Sayaw cultural program at Fort Santiago 4 p.m. Sundays, and also at Plaza Mexico 5:30 p.m. Sundays as well. We also offer free walking tours here in Intramuros so that aside from just exploring the site, so our tourists will hopefully learn more about the narrative of Intramuros as a historical site. So we offer free walking tours every Saturdays and Sundays at Fort Santiago and Casa Manila Museum. So we have two slots then, that's 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. We also have free film screenings in partnership with the Film Development Council of the Philippines every first Friday of the month. And then aside from that, of course, we have special events like after this Intramuros Summer Festival, we'll have like the Grand Santa Cruzan other in May. And then other major events would be the Fiesta, the Intramuros celebration in September. And of course, our annual Christmas festivity also here in the Walton.